Wojciech Milewski is the music director at the Summerville Orchestra. He tells me what he and his team are working on for this fall, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Wojciech Milewski, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, I appreciate it greatly. Needless to say, you're the music director for the Summerville Orchestra, which is whose mission that is to share the love of music by engaging and enriching our community through the evolution of orchestral art form. So tell me, what's new, what's now with the Summerville Orchestra?
I think the word new is everything we do is trying to be new. We're trying to be fresh. We're trying to be vibrant and dynamic. I think that what's interesting about what we do is the music that we play is current, but it's also music that's been timeless and has been enriching the lives of people for 200-300 years in some cases. So the stories are always fresh. It's just how do you present that music, right? How do you present the music in a way that is able to reach everyone in your community? How do you get people to the hall to care about this, right? Because music has messages that extend to all of us. We can all relate to sadness, to happiness, to joy. And when it's expressed in a certain way, well, I think it doesn't need much help. So we're just trying to present it in its best light so the music can really shine and make some cool changes in people's lives.
So let me ask you, what's timeless, relevant music right now resonates with your audience?
Oh gosh, so it's funny you ask because we're playing a piece on our next concert, which is in like 10 days, 9 days. Wow. We're playing a piece called Bolero, and Ravel's Bolero is sort of this iconic masterpiece of orchestration. It is about 100 years old now, actually, which is good to say, but it recently entered the public domain, so audiences and orchestras around the world can now perform it free of charge, which is lovely because we're able to bring this piece to life without an extra cost. So Bolero is a melody that everybody knows. It's a piece that everybody knows, and ironically, we're doing a video game chat for our music chats at the library series. And you'd never know that there was a correlation between Ravel's Bolero and video games, but there's a really strong one. And it was almost the main theme for the original Zelda soundtrack. And what an iconic piece of music. But that just kind of speaks to the timeless and the relevant here and now. Always these melodies that have been popular, have been played in concert halls, are still getting used in new and beautiful ways. Pretty much everywhere, in film, in media, in day-to-day life, they're getting sampled by musicians today. So I think that's what we mean by timeless and relevant. That these melodies can still pack a punch. And even right now, we're performing Carmen with Charleston Opera Theater. We're about to put it on its feet this coming weekend, and talk about timeless melodies. I mean, that opera has the Toreador. It has it's just the habanera. It's like a laundry list of the most famous melodies in all of music. But they're so relevant still. The messages behind them are so relevant.
What is your message to your audience these days?
Man, the message is always the same. Just show up and let us take care of you. Because I was one of those kids that I didn't know much about the orchestra world. I didn't know much about the opera world. I didn't grow up playing in it. I didn't grow up in it, and here I am music directing. It's crazy how life works. But I was always that person that felt like, oh, this isn't for me. Oh, I can't relate to this. Like, oh, this is like beyond me, or it's too complicated, or it's too mature, or whatever. Until I got into, like, for myself, understanding like what's behind it. And then I had a few memorable experiences that really opened my eyes to, like, oh, wow, it can be that easy. Like, oh, I can relate to that. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's really easy to get into. And I think my mission now is the thing I always tell people is just come to the hall, because our sort of our main job is to make sure that we're presenting these stories and this music in a really fun and vibrant way that everybody can relate to. Even if it's deep, like, esoteric, something deep, intellectual sounding music, we'll still find a way to connect it to, to some sort of movie score or to some pops piece, and make it really accessible. And so I think accessibility is really in the nature of everything that we do. We want to get as much music out to the community as we possibly can, but we also want to make sure that those people that show up to whatever event we're doing feel comfortable there, because the last thing we want to do is make people feel like, oh my gosh, am I dressed the right way? When do I clap? It makes for a sort of alienating experience sometimes. And so I just say, show up, I'll take care of you, don't worry about it, trying to be a good host.
Absolutely, absolutely. How accessible is music to people these days?
I think more so than ever. I mean, we have the beauty of technology. We have the beauty of YouTube. You can just throw it on in your car and listen to whatever you want from around the world. Oh, somebody just released a new hit single. Some orchestra just released a new recording from Japan. Great, I can listen to it right now.
Right.
There's no better time to be more connected. But what I think is interesting about that is, like, even though it's really accessible, one thing that gets lost nowadays is the power of the live performance of it, because when you're sitting at home with either you have your headphones on or you're playing it from your computer or a soundbar, you're only like able to get a limited experience. It doesn't hit you in the same total way that being in the concert hall can, especially if you're sitting up close and you feel the rumble of the orchestra. You feel the rumble of the percussion, you feel the timbres and the metal and just the vibration of the strings. There's nothing more like physically satisfying than hearing one of these pieces actually come to life before your eyes. I think one of the cool things and one of the sad things about music these days is that we sometimes use it as background. We sometimes use it as like, well, let me just throw on some Chopin in the background and I'll just be doing my writing my paper here.
Right.
How often do we all do that? We all do it. I do it too. And then we forget that, what happens if we just unplug from everything we're doing and just focus on that story being told to us, right? And so the beauty of the concert experience is you get to do that. You get to have that story time. You get to have that personal connection, physical connection, emotional connection with the music and the musicians on stage. So it's a really special thing. And so I just say, show up.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I know you have to run, but which melodies that, from your experience right now with the Summerville Orchestra, that is, have you been able to bring to light to the audience?
Well, I think which ones should we say we did most successfully? There's so many memorable performances. I feel like everyone we do. The most recent concert we did, we had a guest pianist here, Jonathan Mamora. It was incredible talent, and we performed Rachmaninoff's second piano concerto. That was just so powerful. I mean, it was just so visceral of an experience. We had our big screen in, people could actually see his hands close up, but be connected to the music. What a cool experience. That lives in my memories very vividly still. That was, how long ago? A month and a half ago, but I'm still reliving that every day. Obviously, we're working on a really cool program right now of sort of Latin music. Last season, we did a great performance of Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony. Oh my gosh, how I don't think the hall sounded louder ever. So I think that's just we've hit some records of decibels that day. Pines of Rome in May we played. There's so many memorable performances just in the last 6 months that we've had that I get giddy talking about. I'm shaking like this. I'm so giddy to share it. So. We take great care in how we program our events. We take great care in trying to think of the user experience and how these stories are crafted, how the music is paired together, to ensure that everyone in Summerville has a great time and is able to understand and digest it all. And so that's, I hope that everybody has that experience when they come to the hall to see us perform, that they walk away with the idea of wow, I had a cool experience today. Whatever piece sticks with your memory the most, let it be that. But yeah, those are the ones I would point out vividly.
And you talk about music, and obviously it's pairing. What music today should be paired with one another?
Oh man, how much time do we have here? But That is such a deep programming question, and it is the sky's the limit, really. I mean, you can pair it by emotion, you can pair it by theme, you can pair it by contrast. I think one of the coolest opportunities we have is programming like movie music alongside classical music, alongside something poppy or jazzy. That everyone can listen to and feel like, oh, that's connected to that. Like, and maybe if you grew up listening to Tchaikovsky, Beethoven,
Yeah.
maybe you're not aware of the correlation to some modern pop jazz artists or like even movie soundtracks or Broadway. Or maybe if you grew up listening to Broadway or musical theater or film, then like, wow, I didn't know that that's actually from Beethoven's symphonies or something like that. So I think the more you can cross pollinate genres on your programs, I think that is a recipe for success, because I feel like you can connect dots in people's minds more easily.
Absolutely. And I forgot to ask you one last time before I let you go, but you talk about those programs. So, what's exciting for this year as far as holiday programs?
Holiday programs, we have a huge one coming up December 5th and 6th. 5th and 6th? Oh my gosh, can't even get the day straight. So it's 5th and 6th. We are inviting two choirs. We're inviting the CSU choirs, and the singers of Summerville are going to be on stage with us for a full holiday program of music around the world. So this is holiday music that we've kind of pulled from multiple continents. We have a piece from Brazil. We have many from Europe, the typical famous Silent Nights, Oh Holy Nights, that are from Europe. But we have some really cool pieces, one from Japan, one from Brazil, a few from the United States. So it's a really festive holiday offering of music from all around the world, sung. Some of it's just orchestra, some of it's with choirs. We have a featured soloist on a piece of music that involves the Huron Nation from Canada. It's a Canadian carol that features some native language, native Huron language in there, and that's a really unique piece. So I'm really stoked about that. I can't wait. We're also doing a small jazz ensemble concert at Godwin's Beer Hall.
Wow.
The date of that is, I think, confirmed December 13th. I want to say it is, but you'll find all that information on our website. I mean, if you just go there, it should be a one-stop shop of information, I hope, for everyone that goes there. So yeah, come check us out.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, this was fun. I really thank you so much. I know you're busy, so thank you for your time here on Quintin's Close-Ups.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. It's truly an honor. I've seen your great work like on TV and online. So I'm honored to be here. I'm honored that you asked me to be here to share a little bit about myself and the music that we are doing at the orchestra. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. Thank you.